You're born alone. No hugs, no welcome party, just an egg cracking open in the damp underworld of a jungle, and boom, you're a snake. Not just any snake, a king cobra. Sounds cool, right? Wrong. Because the second you're out, you're on your own. No mom waiting, no dad providing. You're expected to slither, hide, hunt, and survive, all without any training. You're a baby with venom, in a world that doesn't care you exist. Your first lesson? Trust no one. Everything bigger than you can eat you. Everything smaller than you runs. And your siblings? Yeah, they'll try to eat you too. The jungle doesn't believe in fair fights, so you learn fast, move quietly, eat quickly, disappear instantly. There's no childhood, no growing pains, just pain. You crawl out into a world that already decided your death date. The only thing you get to decide is how long you can postpone it. You don't get a childhood, you get a countdown. Every day alive is a bet you'll wake up tomorrow. You learn to hide in mud, sleep under roots, and stay still when danger sniffs too close. You eat whatever moves slower than you, mostly bugs, maybe a frog if you're lucky. And each meal is a risk, because the moment you strike, you give away your location. One mistake, and the jungle cashes you out. You're not living, you're dodging death with a heartbeat. Love brutal facts about the wild? Hit subscribe and tap the bell. Survival stories just got personal. As you grow, so does the paranoia. Your scent changes, your movements get bolder, and with every inch you stretch, the jungle takes you more seriously, as a threat. You'd think getting bigger means safer. Wrong. Bigger just means louder. Now you leave trails. Now your shadow scares prey but attracts rivals. You're no longer invisible. You're a headline for every predator with something to prove. And worse, other cobras notice. Your kind isn't known for mercy. Other cobras don't see family, they see competition. You don't form alliances. You form standoffs. Territory isn't shared, it's stolen. You hiss, bluff, rise tall, but the moment bluff turns to bite, someone's not walking away. And when it's mating season, it gets worse. Males duel for hours, wrestling like snakes possessed. There's no prize for effort, no glory in defeat. You either dominate or get choked out, humiliated and cast back into the undergrowth with a body full of bruises and zero respect. Even when you win, you lose. Mating isn't romantic, it's transactional. You find a female, you fight for her, and if you survive, you might get a few seconds of purpose. Then she's gone. No thanks, no bond, no loyalty. You slither away, drained, bleeding, and alone. You don't raise kids. You don't protect eggs. You vanish. Your legacy? Left in a hole somewhere, unattended, unguarded. And if something finds those eggs first, your entire bloodline ends before it even blinks. You're now a full-grown king cobra. Impressive, sure, but also a giant glowing target. Every step you take rattles the ecosystem. Birds scream, monkeys vanish, and humans? They don't see majesty. They see a headline waiting to happen. You're the monster in their myths, the devil in their village tales. One glimpse of your hood, and it's war. They chase you with sticks, machetes, fire. Not because you attacked, because you exist. Being king just makes your execution more urgent. You don't live in groups. You don't form packs. You're solitary, by nature and by force. Every rustle could be another cobra, another challenge. So you move like a shadow and sleep with one eye open. You're royalty with no court, no allies, no one to watch your back. And that crown on your head? It's invisible, but everyone still wants to rip it off. In a world full of fear and instinct, being king means nothing, except you're first in line to be feared, hunted, or killed. Every breath you take carries scent. Every movement leaves a trace. And in the wild, being noticed is a death sentence. So you slow down. You hold your breath when the wind shifts. You hug the earth like it's your only ally. But it doesn't matter. Some predators don't need to see you. They smell you. Some don't need to hunt. You slither right into them. There's no real hiding. Just moments between one risk and the next. Survival isn't stealth. It's stalling the inevitable. You don't sleep deep. You don't rest long. You just pause between threats. Your body aches from constant motion. Your nerves stay tight like coiled springs. Even your hunger turns against you. If you eat too often, you move slower. If you wait too long, your body starts to burn itself. So you gamble with every bite. Do you eat now and risk bloating into someone's lunch? Or wait and fade from the inside out? Every option sucks. That's the king's menu. You don't sleep deep. You don't rest long. You just pause between threats. Your body aches from constant motion. Your nerves stay tight like coiled springs. Even your hunger turns against you. If you eat too often, you move slower. If you wait too long, your body starts to burn itself. So you gamble with every bite. Do you eat now and risk bloating into someone's lunch? Or wait and fade from the inside out? Every option sucks. That's the king's menu. You're the apex, on paper. But that just means you've got no one to turn to, no backup, no safety net. You hunt alone, fight alone, and if you fall into a trap, you die alone. There's no rescue mission, no one misses you. And the jungle? It doesn't even flinch. You're not part of a system. You are the system. And that means when you break, the only sound is silence. Even kings don't get funerals out here. Just rot, dirt, and a few bones scattered by the wind. Your meals aren't just food. They're fights. You go after other snakes, venomous ones, which means one wrong strike and you're the meal instead. You win? Great. Now you've got to swallow 6 feet of muscle, scale, and spite. Takes hours. Leaves you slow, heavy, vulnerable. It's like strapping dinner to your back and screaming, "Come get me." Eating makes you stronger, but it also makes you a walking buffet. And in this jungle, weakness, even temporary, is a public invitation to die. Your venom can kill an elephant, but what does that get you? Fear? Sure. Respect? Not really. Every creature that knows what you are avoids you, or tries to end you fast. There's no admiration in the wild, only strategy. And your biggest threat? Humans. They don't fear you because you're deadly. They fear you because you don't play by their rules. You don't back down. You don't bluff. And when you're cornered, you rise, taller than most people's waist, and stare back without blinking. You might be the top predator, but that just means every loss is permanent. No second chances, no pack to protect you. You don't get to be injured and recover. One bite, one broken fang, one careless strike, and you're done. There's no rehab in the jungle, no healing arc. You're either sharp, fast, and precise, or you become a footnote in something else's story. Out here, even legends bleed, and when they do, nobody remembers how long they ruled, only how fast they fell. The jungle doesn't reward endurance, it exploits it. You survive long enough, and everything starts to hurt. Your scales crack, your reflexes dull, your strikes take longer. You still hunt, but it's work now, not instinct. You're not feared anymore, you're avoided. Age doesn't mean wisdom here. It means slower reactions, weaker venom, and fading dominance. And when that happens, the same predators who once ran from you start circling back, sniffing for weakness, waiting for the fall. There's no grand finale, no last hunt, no sunset moment. You just slow down until the world catches up. One day, your tongue flickers a little slower. Your strike hesitates half a second too long, and that's it. Something faster, hungrier, or just dumber finds you. Maybe it's a predator. Maybe it's a villager with a shovel. Either way, there's no legend left to defend you. The king doesn't fall with a roar. He slips into the grass and doesn't come back out. You'd think the jungle would pause, that something would shift when a king dies. But nothing does. The vines keep growing. The predators keep hunting. The rain keeps falling. Your body rots fast, picked at by insects, crushed by roots, forgotten in days. No trace left but a flattened patch of dirt and maybe a few scattered scales. No crown, no bones on a throne. Just one less heartbeat in a place that never cared you were born, let alone that you ruled. And that's the irony. You were born to rule but had no kingdom, no followers, no legacy, just fear. You existed as a warning, as a threat to be managed, hunted, eliminated. Your strength isolated you. Your power made you disposable. And the jungle? It just moved on. It always does. There's no room for grief here, no pause for tragedy. Just the next thing with fangs crawling through the undergrowth, repeating the same cycle, doomed from birth. Just like you. Your story doesn't end. It dissolves. Into dirt, into memory, into silence. And maybe, weeks later, another hatchling crawls out of an egg in the same jungle. Alone, hungry, unseen. It won't know your name, won't remember your battles. It just runs, like you did, into the same trap with a different timestamp. That's the real curse. Not that you died, but that nothing you did ever mattered. Not to the jungle, not to your kind, not even to yourself. So here's the punchline. Being born as a King Cobra doesn't make you royalty. It makes you a solo act in a rigged game, worshipped for your threat and hunted for your existence. You're powerful, feared, alone, and eventually, gone. No glory, no peace. Just a legacy written in fear and forgotten in silence. Now tell me, if you had to be reborn in the animal kingdom, would you still choose to be king, or would you take your chances as something weaker, but loved? Drop it in the comments.